guys, it's Yak Miyar from Reddit Rivals here. Sorry it's been such a while, but I lost internet connection at my home for a while due to the awesome powers of my ISP. So last time we talked, we were looking at the first couple ancients that were in my arsenal, and we're going to be talking about Kestra today. So currently I'm at Stronghold 9. I'll be upgrading to 10 soon. 4400 honor. About 40 days into the game and doing pretty well here. I've been lucky enough to be able to collect through chest rolls just from streaks, and I now have most of the ancients available, including the 4 different dragons. So I'm going to show you a couple different examples of attacks, one using Four Veil and one using Viscaria. So going into ancients here, let's take a look at Kestra and her abilities. Kestra was kind of my go-to ancient that I had when I first started the game, Stronghold 1 through 4, maybe 5. I don't think she's one of the stronger ancients out there, but she does have some pretty decent capabilities. So looking at the first skill, we have Volley, which rains down arrows in an AoE for a set amount of damage over a certain amount of time depending on level. Confuse, which basically causes a defensive building to attack another building, possibly a defensive building if it's adjacent, for double damage and a duration of time. And her third ability, highest mana cost, Wind Fury, which improves attack speed and movement speed by 50% for a duration. This is a great skill, but the fact that it's the highest mana cost and you still are taking a lot of damage from base defenses, I don't think it's as strong as some of the other ancients out there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and check out a couple replays. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give this a go. I'll be completely honest, this is against an equal stronghold, and with Kestra, this is going to probably be somewhat difficult to beat, as opposed to using Four Veil as the ancient or some of the other ones. But I'm using Four Veil as my dragon since he's accessible to everyone in game, and we're going to try to get some mana by taking out some of these outer buildings without losing my dragon. Keeping Four Veil alive is going to be pretty important in order to successfully defeat this base. So as soon as I start taking damage there, I want to get him out of there. So just fast forwarding, trying to clear some of these outer buildings. And we now have stuff out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the building there to attack its friends. Gonna drop troops in here. Sweep with the dragon. Freeze things up a bit while we take down the Death Tower. And now hopefully we can get in here and do some damage. Using the arrows there, you can see do very little damage overall. But gives you an idea. You know, the AoE is nice, but again, doesn't do huge amounts. And then here's enough mana for the agility boost. You can see they have a graphic, they're running faster, doing more damage, but not particularly great because they still die pretty quickly. Alright, for the second attack, I'm going to be using Viscaria as my dragon. As most of you probably know, the flyover skill for that is a poison that does initial damage for a little bit, and then the follow-up damage over 7 seconds or a certain duration. So in combination with the poison and then the arrow damage from Kestra, you can take out some buildings pretty easily, especially since my Viscaria is only a level 12, I think, and could be much higher if I had enough Primus. The extra damage from the arrows may help wipe out a couple things. So going to drop Viscaria here in the bottom left. Go ahead and clear some buildings to get enough mana for the arrow shower, and then also make sure I have enough on the timer for 2 sweeps. So Gonna go ahead and use my first pass over. You can see the damage there. Go ahead and sweep back over the same area. And then one more time, and my dragon's probably gonna die. So there you go. So most of the buildings are pretty low. Gonna go ahead and do the arrow shower, and now all of a sudden a whole lot of the base is gone. Okay, so as you can see there, now I've just opened up a whole lot of space, and I can start dropping the rest of my troops in here. And really that's, I feel like the only instance in which I would really use these abilities from Kestra to help me match up against a base where I can really wipe out a lot and use Kestra to do some cleanup. Alright, so let me know if there are any strategies or ideas that you figured out with Kestra that you think are valuable, or if you have any more questions about her abilities. Moving forward, I think I'm just going to go ahead and show you the rest of the nature ancients that I have. As you can see scrolling along my screen here, I only have 1 star on most of the ancients, and a lot of them are low level, especially due to the recent Primus nerf, and I just don't have enough to get these guys leveled very well. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Erasmus, who you get from the second in-game campaign, on the next video. Until then, thanks guys.